Okay, one of my members of my group coaching program asked for a checklist when they're setting up their Woocommerce store, so I figured why not do a video and provide it just here on the channel for everybody. So I'm going to do that. You can get a link to it down below if you want, and we'll start here. The cool part about Google Docs is you can do checklists, which are very cool, so got that. So first you need a name, brand name. That's the first thing you need. Once you get that, then you're ready to go. You need a domain purchase, and for that, I would use GoDaddy personally for this because it's probably the best bet. I've used Namecheap as well, but it hasn't worked out as well because Namecheap is actually a little bit more complicated to set up, which I did not like at all. While you're there at your getting your domain name, you also need an email address. So it's going to be like at yourdomain.com, and you can get that from I don't know why it's doing that. Yourdomain.com. I don't know why it's putting this thing in it. That's very strange. I just hit enter here. There we go, got rid of that. So you're going to need a brand name, a domain, and an email address. Let's go back to the brand name for 1 second. Just going to close these other tabs. You do want to make sure with your brand name, step number 1 is go to Google and type it in. So if your name is like willsgiftshop.com, go there. And then first of all, that's available, which is pretty cool. Then search for it up here too. Go Wills without the .com. And you want to check in Google and see this, the results. If there are 6.5 million results for that, that's probably not a good domain name. So you want to come up with something where you get very little results. That could be something like Giftyvilly, something like that. Let's try that. Just a name I made up. So in this case, if I wanted to open up a WooCommerce store and sell products on it, like gifts, Giftyvilly would be a good domain name because look at that. When somebody would go to Google to type that in, I would own all these results. No, I'd have no competition for it. That's what you want in a domain name. And then I'm just going to copy this. We're going to go to the other website and check name checker, which is, I think it's this one. So here you can plug in your brand name and they will go out and check everything. They'll check all these social media sites to see if it's available. So actually IFTT, someone just asked me about that and I had no idea what it was, so that's cool to know. But they'll check Facebook, they'll check Twitter, Tumblr, Reddit, Slack, Twitch, MySpace, YouTube, Pinterest, all these places where you're going to want to get those domains, like those social media accounts, I should say, sorry. So I'm going to go back here. So once you have that, get all social media accounts signed up. Okay. You're going to have to do that because you want to own all of them. That includes everything like, I'll just put this as something, Facebook page, Facebook group, Twitter, or whatever, X. And then you want YouTube, you want TikTok, you want even LinkedIn for sure. There's actually a surprising amount of traffic on LinkedIn. And of course, Pinterest, along with any others that you can think of. But you're going to want to go through the checklist and check those off as you create those accounts because you do have your email address at your domain one. One other thing I'm going to put as a sub thing here is this, connect to Gmail for checking and responding. So the reason I'm saying that is when you create a domain on GoDaddy and then you buy an email address from them, if you buy it from them, you could buy it from anywhere, you have to connect through their webmail. Now GoDaddy uses Outlook 360 for this, which is by Microsoft. They don't really, they're having trouble connecting to Gmail, but it is possible to connect it, or you could get it from like Google Workspace as well. But you want to make sure, like, we all have a main email address we use, right? So if you can just log into that one email and see all your other emails and check them and respond to them from one dashboard, it's a lot better, especially in the e-commerce world where you're going to have issues come up with customers where, they're checking on their product or they have questions or whatever it may be. You don't want to have, unless you're going to log into the webmail automatically every time, you got to be careful. All right, so we've got all that. Now what we need is hosting. And there's a lot of options for hosting for WooCommerce. There's tons and tons and tons. Just go back here to the checking. Still checking all those, but just go here and go like WooCommerce hosting, and you'll get a ton of them. Nexus is actually a good one. They're a subsidiary of LiquidWeb. Bluehost is good. Hostinger, Woo.com has their own. So that is WooCommerce right there, and they have their own hosting, which is really good. So you can't go wrong with any of these on the front page there. Once you have your hosting, you're going to install WordPress because that's what it's built on, and then you're going to install the WooCommerce plugin. And then once you have the plugin installed, there's a couple of other plugins that you can get. So install plugins you need, such as if you go to woo.com, you'll find a whole bunch of them, but you can also see these through your dashboard in WordPress. You can add plugins. If you go here, go to extensions, plugins, same thing. You can see they got payments, they got analytics, tax, Stripe, add-ons, PayPal, subscriptions, all of these that you can use. There's tons and tons and tons of them. There's 850 of them. Some of them are free, some of them are paid. If we go to free, you'll see the free ones. And really, there's 87 free ones, but you could start a WooCommerce shop with just free extensions and free plugins, and then later on add in whatever you need later. So, for example, let's say we wanted to use, which I've been getting into quite a bit, MailerLite for my, it's not even coming up there. Well, there's MailChimp. We're going to need that. I actually prefer MailerLite, and there is an integration with WordPress for MailerLite. So the plugins you need, you're going to need, basically, let's make this different. Install email plugin. And this is where you can use like MailChimp or MailerLite. I actually like MailerLite better now because they have unlimited sends. And then install Stripe plugin. And then optional, you can install the PayPal plugin. And notice I haven't even got to the theme yet. That's down the road. Let's go back here. Oh, install tax plugin. And plugin extension is the same thing. And that will calculate your taxes for you. And then what you want to do once you have all that done, now you're at the point where you can install your theme. And your theme is what your site looks like. So if we go back here, there are themes available for free to get started, which is nice. And I've actually used Boutique. It's not too bad at all. But then they have paid ones too. So if we, I guess we can't uncheck that. What is that? Todos. I don't know what that means. Are they giving me some, on the right website? Yeah. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of themes in here that you can buy. And typically the themes are like an annual thing and they're recurring. But they have so many nice looking ones that you really don't have to spend much time making your store look pretty because all these themes will do it for you. And then you just go in and edit it. So there's documentation, there's everything. That is the really good part of this. You can start free and then you can add in your paid plugins later if you want. That is basically it for WooCommerce for setting it up. I know it looks pretty simple and it only took me like 9 minutes to go through this, but the actual setup itself is going to take some time. Now, here's what I'm also going to do. If you need some help, that's what I do. So you can contact me there for help if you need any. And I do have options available too. I also have a nice boot camp available for setting up this whole thing where I walk through every single step in detail. But hit me up if you want to see that. If you'd like to have a look at the boot camp, it is a paid one. It's not free, but I figured I'd put this checklist on here just because people have asked me for a WooCommerce setup checklist, and there you go. Let me know if you're on WooCommerce, if you're planning it, if this checklist is of any use to you, and that link will be in the comments for you. Have a great day.